Welcome to this series of introductory tutorials to the Talisman Suite VI. My name is Chris. I'm the developer, designer and graphic artist for this development. When you first go into Talisman Suite VI, you're greeted with this splash screen. The current version is 6.8.57. Anything previous to that you should really update. Imagenesis.co.uk is the website where you can pick up this software. This software is freeware. It should not cost you a penny. This is being given away as freeware because Visual Basic 6 is no longer being supported, and its main development was for XP. However, Windows 7 runs this quite well. This is licensed to any single user on a single PC. Corporate licenses are needed for telephone call center based companies. Welcome to this tutorial for Talisman Suite 6. It is the introduction and overview of the program. When the program boots up, it boots up with the Tarot Readings and Tutorials menu loaded. Select runes, the I Ching, the biorhythms and the clients. From the clients we're just going to actually select a client. When you select a client and you accept it here, it will appear down here and it will be the default client then. So we'll just take John Wayne. Some of you might have noticed that that's from a previous tutorial. And once you've accepted John Wayne, information's up there, you accept it there and it's placed. So from here you can actually go into an editor and from here you can do left, center, justify, select font, bold, italic and underline, and from in here you can select color and the same set of tools. You can load a previous reading, you can save out to Word, and you can get the in-depth tutorial on how to do that and how to edit a reading once it's in the next the tutorial for the editor. From here you can import images, and you'll have noticed that from a previous we have actually imported these ready for the Tarot tutorial. And these are just under development and will be brought up to date later. John Wayne is still our client. We're going to biorhythms. There's John Wayne. So there's John Wayne there, and you can, as you see, Magic Mirror changed, Alexander King changed. So whenever you're in there you can change to any client you want, and you can see that it automatically displays their client's information based on the client's date of birth, and it tells you how many days have been alive, how many leap years they've had, what their physical and emotional and intellectual cycles are. You can step up the reading one day at a time. You can step up the reading 14 days at a time, or 28. I'm going to quickly show you something about this. There, Friday the 13th, whenever it shows up, is blacked in. A future development for this is to actually show the moon phases through this as well, graphically on the screen. So there we go. Just a quick overview of this. You can enter a date of birth, you can add more clients. That immediate client scene one we went into, and we are back with John Wayne. John Wayne, exit there, and we'll go to the I Ching. Now, the I Ching is all new. There only used to be just an reader in it, and it was all automatic, no editing facilities and anything like that. So we'll just go straight into the I Ching for the overview, and the overview is that you can select by clicking on an I Ching, And if you look here, you'll see the top line is selected. The fifth, fourth, third. So you can, and anytime you're off that, the graphic stops. There's a lower line, the second line, because when you actually draw the I Ching is drawn from with the 6 sticks, and the sticks are drawn by the lower one first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the last one is placed at the top. You can select, as I said, by using the image. You can select by using the name. You can select by number. So, and just to highlight the anomaly here, this information field, all lines, is only pertinent to the first 2 I Ching. After that, there aren't any. Only the first 2 have it. So that's an overview of that, and as you can see, you cannot edit anything on here. John Wayne. Still selected. We're going to the editor, and the only thing that's missing out here from the previous one is the fact that there's no client. So you can edit any one of these, and again you can go to the end of the record, go to the beginning of the record, you can step up through them, you can select by name, you can select by number. So it's essentially the same thing, and just to save a record, once you've actually made a change, you just move to the next record and move back and it's saved. It's that simple. And you can put in your own meanings for them, you can replace them all completely, you can use the graphic here. This graphic here is actually reflecting the graphic in there, and it's also controlling which information bar is being shown. And you can do it in the opposite way. It's just a verifier. This is what it was put in for. It's for my use. I'm dyslexic, and I was wanting the top one to be at the top and the lower one to be at the bottom, but with this graphic here, it allows me to resolve the fact that they're being done in sequence. And that's that. So we'll go to the runes. Now the runes reading still has John Wayne, still selected. He has no readings, no I Ching. Now from here you can actually drag and drop, use Control N, and it'll put a reading in. If you're not satisfied with what a reading looks like, you can alter it. You can drag and drop around it. When you're satisfied the reading is complete, you can then change it to 25 stones or not if you like. You can load a client from there to input new clients if you want. New reading, the keyboard shortcuts for these: new reading, output, turn stones, load reading, save reading, and clear reading. So, and that's the runes. Now you can also change the output options, but again there are in-depth tutorials on how to and what this is all about, and this is just an overview. And that's that. Now as tutor, as it says on the tin, you cannot edit anything in here. Nothing changes. Select all you like. And in here it's much more in depth. You can step up through them, you can click on one, and whenever you want to make a change to it, you can see the change. It's just automatic. It's that simple. And in here we have the tarot, and from the tarot you can do as you do in the other one. You can drag and drop, clear the read, save the read once it's complete, or we'll just do an automatic one, practice run. There we go. There's a read in place, and we'll just show you the extra tools on this. For reading, the reading, and These again are editable. What you can do is you can click on any card. Let's just take number 1. And just to prove it, there it is. It keeps the information that you put in there. You can replace the information that's in here, and there's one for the reading itself. Whenever you generate a new reading, this is popped up so you can actually read it, but you can do this as well. So, and that goes to output. So as you can see, it's quite simple to use. We'll just put in there, do a Control O, and there it is there. Hi Jenny, how's the day going? Get the idea. We'll go to cloud 1. The main reading goes here for this card. This card is lovers, it's position 1, it's the major arcana, the card is upright and it's even numbered. Now you can replace all the text, or you can just choose to not put some of the text out, and as you can see it tells you it was the tarot that output this. You can save it, load it, so just go and see. There's other readings that were done. Everything is saved by client number. The calling program, that was the BIOS, none. That was going in through there. Anytime it shows none, that's just the basic header, and you could type up the stuff there. Alexander King Tarot, I Ching, BIOS, Runes, I Ching. And it's all client numbered. Alexander King is 4, Alexander King is 4, Jessica Rabbit is 5, so it's very easy to find. There are attachments for your emails, and we won't go in depth here. So, yeah, very forgiving. Reading, you can. Oh yeah, you can clear the reading from there, and that starts it again. You can drag and drop complete reading in. You do your cards here, you put them in there, and you select your client from here. As you can see from the bottom, it's quite universal, so that's that. The tutor is quite simple. It's just for learning the upright and reverse meanings, and minor arcana, staffs, coins and swords. So it's very, very simple, very, very straightforward. This is what the whole program started with. I built this just for myself, for me to learn the cards, with having to get the deck out, and I could switch back to work very, very quickly that way. So, the editor is again like all the rest of them. It's very forgiving. Right, and if you want to change to the minor arcana, that's all you do, and it just goes, steps up through them from the cups, through wands, to pentacles, otherwise known as coins, to swords, and wands is also called staffs. So as is predisposition of this program. And that is the overview on how to use Talisman Suite VI. I hope you've enjoyed this. This version is 6.8.57. It is the latest release. It's the most stable so far. As you can see from these tutorials, you'll see exactly what it does do. The main blog can be found here, and the program can be downloaded from this site. Go to there, go to Talisman, go to Downloads, and just download it. In future it will actually be coming from freeware files, and all the tutorials can be found, like this one, on YouTube. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I've enjoyed giving it. I hope you'll come back for the rest.